Uh, if anyone, I'm sure those who were paying attention recall that I told you that tonight was just going to be you guys. After we sit, I'm just going to let people share. Um, yeah, kind of like between steps. Uh, the last section of step 5 and one breath at a time is called meetings or meditation. So I thought instead of like working with, talking about it, I would just let the meeting embody what was in the book and let people uh, share and be together mindfully. But we should start by sitting. So let's do that.
Hi, Kevin.
Hello.
I was so glad to hear about these things.
Oh, good. We're just going to start meditating, so I'm going to mute everybody.
Oh, I'm
Sorry.
sorry.
No, it's okay. I didn't start. I just said we were going to start. So uh, all completely fair. All right. And then I'll mute me. All right. So Friday night in the Pacific time zone. And just settling into your posture. You can close your eyes or just lower your gaze. Letting the attention turn inward. Can take the mind through the body just to both contact the body with your awareness and see if you can release any points of tension, any places that you're holding stress. So relaxing the jaw, the eyes, releasing the shoulders, softening the belly, just feeling the body settling. Even having a sense of being drawn towards the earth. Noticing any sounds in your environment, letting them just come and go. Noticing your mood or your mind state. How are you feeling? And then letting the attention come to rest on the sensations of breath. Here we tune in to the feeling of the breath touching the nostrils, coming in and out of the body, or else the feeling of the chest and belly moving, rising and falling. We're not thinking about the breath or visualizing the breath. We're feeling it moment by moment, just as it is. It's normal to find that you can't stay with the breath for sustained periods of time. We are so habituated to be in our mind, in our thoughts. And so we keep coming back to the breath, back to the connection with the present moment. That moment of realizing that the mind has wandered is a critical one. Easy to turn that into a moment of self-judgment. But really, there's nothing to judge. Mindfulness just asks us to know, to know that the mind has wandered, and then to start again. Notice the changing mind states, different energies that come and go, stories that appear, restlessness or drowsiness. This ever-changing world of experiences. One of the key things the Buddha points to, that having insight into this frees us from attachment. When we see that nothing lasts, we begin to realize the futility of clinging. Everybody's frozen except me. Kevin. Hello. Okay. Thank you all for coming and practicing together. As I said, and for those who haven't been with us before, usually I kind of use up most of the time talking. And I've been going through my book one breath at a time. But tonight I'm instead inviting people to share, um, and and um, with the spirit of mindful speech. So trying to bring that kind of attention to your speech, and also just being aware of time so that a good number of people can share. And we have a little over half an hour, so maybe 2 to 3 minutes. But I mean, I'm particularly interested just in how people are doing. I show up for these classes and kind of talk, and we just kind of do it in a Dharma bubble, where we don't really talk about. I mean, it comes up, but I don't get to really hear how people are surviving. Uh, but you're welcome to talk about anything, and of course, and I'm not planning. Uh, I will respond if somebody wants me to respond or if they ask a question, but that's not, my primary intent here. Uh, Rather to let you guys have some space to speak and to share with each other. And so many of you have been coming regularly for a long time that uh, even if you've never met in person, I imagine that you feel some kinship with each other. So I'll just open it with that. I'll just open it up. I'm not going to call on people. I'll let you just unmute yourself if you want to speak.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, I was, hi.
And maybe, say your name and where you are particularly would be great.
Okay. My name is Rena Corbin, and I'm in San Rafael, California. And when I was in the end of the meditation, I realized that my thought process is like either it thinks, oh, this is good, or this is bad. And then I have this, yeah, emotion. I think that's like the core of my addiction. And then there's this emotional weight that goes with each one, like a punch of this or that.
Mm.
I just noticed that. Just wanted to share that.
That's beautiful. That's great insight. Thank you.
My name's Jim, and it's a dark and stormy night in Olympia, Washington. And I'm grateful
Hi,
to be
Jim.
indoors with heat. And nice to see all of you. Don't have a lot to say. Just I earlier in the week I was telling a friend that I was just feeling really low energy, and she said to me, well, it's like the darkest time of the year. And somehow that helped me, like, oh, okay. There's nothing wrong with me. It's just, it's the dead of winter. So anyway, yeah, I'm just so grateful for you, Kevin, for just all the amazing access we have to Dharma teachers right now, and I guess to Zoom, the connections that we're able to have. And it's, I can't imagine what it would have been like to go through this before the internet, how isolated we would have been, or I would have felt anyway. So happy holidays to everyone, and keep coming back.
Thanks, Jim. Nice to see you here.
Hi, I'm Deborah Ramsey, and I had just discovered these from an email that I got. Thank you, Kevin. I recently moved up to Oregon. I retired, moved up here, and being in program, trying to find a whole new family up here has been difficult, though they have been having some live meetings, which I've been enjoying. But at the same time, I'm able to go back to my old family and Zoom meetings with them, and that's been really good. But it's there's a lot of changes going on, and I think that with the COVID, and I have a lot of mixed emotions, I guess, now, because everything is so new. I did move up here with my family, so it's not like I'm alone. And but it's just so nice to see familiar faces, and so I expect to, be here on Friday and Tuesday mornings. I haven't been doing much work in program. I haven't been doing much meditation. I haven't been doing much of anything, and it shows. I think when I'm not in touch with my heart, meditating or what have you, I really lose touch with a lot of things. And I'm just recently getting out of a depression I've had for the last few days, where I really couldn't get out of bed. And so I almost didn't make it here, but I thought, I got to start somewhere, because it's not going to change unless I make some changes. And so I recognize some of you from the few times I've done retreats with Kevin down at Spirit Rock and once at Cloud Mountains. And I feel glad that I'm really close to there. And hopefully they'll be having some live retreats coming up, which I, that's what I need, is to go on like a week retreat. Just focus back in and get kind of like a jump start again. And so thank you so much, Kevin, for offering this. And those of you who I don't know and who I do know, I hope to get to know you all better. Have a good holiday. Thank you.
Thanks, Deborah. Nice to see you.
Hi, my name's Connie. I'm in Tucson, and I apologize for being late. I had thought that this was going to begin at 7:15, which is 8:15 my time. And anyway, I hope I
That's
didn't.
the Spirit Rock class starts
Yes,
at 7:15, and
right. And I thought after
easy to mix up.
listening to one of your recordings that was where you were going to be this
Right.
Friday. So
No worries.
anyway, here I am, and I have been interested in Buddhism for quite a while. Have been going to some workshops in Reno. I've been reading your book, Kevin, for about a year and studying it with my sponsor, and getting a lot of insight to my alcoholism, as well as my heart, and beginning to meditate, and feeling incredibly grateful and a lot more honest. I relapsed over Thanksgiving, and now I'm feeling very motivated, very charged up to mellow out, so to speak, just to get into myself, into my heart, and into what speaks to me. And this is what speaks to me now. So thank you so much for having
Yeah.
these classes.
Yeah. I'm glad you made it back so quickly. That's,
Yeah, I was being right back.
yeah, excellent. All
Thank you.
right. Thanks, Connie. Well, there's a few people there who usually open their mouths, and they're remarkably quiet tonight.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, that's more like it, Vicky.
Yeah, I feel like this is my home group. You know, I mean, I have a home group in Ithaca, New York. I live between Ithaca, New York and Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, where I am right now. And so it's a little town, and I am just filling my days with Dharma and retreats and reading, and it's a bubble of just sort of, it's concentration is what it is.
Mhm.
It's an opportunity for concentration that is not ordinary. So, you know, the paramitas, you know, there's one, one of the translations for energy, I think, is zeal.
Uh-huh, yeah.
And that's the way I feel, you know. I get up in the morning, I go to my home group in Ithaca, you know, at 7 o'clock in the morning. That's the way I start, you know, every day. And it's awesome. And I want to know, you know, I know the people there. They're my people. They have been my people for a while.
Mhm.
And I want to know you guys. You know, I want to know you in the way I know them.
Mhm.
And I know it's Zoom. People are shy. I am too, you know, with the Zoom. But it's it's an opportunity for me to get to know you. That's my desire.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice. Thanks, Vicky.
Yep.
I'll go. I'm John.
Hey, John.
I'm in Oakland, California. And yeah, I really, these have been really wonderful landing places for me, points of reference in this landscape that's so almost sometimes feels featureless. And since the pandemic, I've really felt more and more how important both my recovery and my practice is for me, because sometimes it feels like that's the only ground beneath my feet. And I've had my brother died in October, my younger brother, so I'm like the only person left in my family.
Mhm.
But he's here, kind of, and I don't feel alone in my aloneness. Sometimes isolated, but not alone in my aloneness, which is wonderful. And I really got a lot out of the talk, Kevin, you gave on listening, because I feel like that's so important in recovery, is how we listen to each other and in what spirit we listen to each other. And the fact that we listen and someone shares their story and there's someone listening builds this incredible fabric of community and healing, a healing community. And so to have that both with Buddhist practice is really unique and special. And yeah, thanks. Very grateful. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, John. Nice to have you as always. Abigail, dare I call upon you? You seem a little quiet tonight.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm
Yes.
Abigail and I live in Eugene, Oregon at this point. Thank you, Kevin. I am quiet. Villamasara said at the I guess we could call it a retreat last
Yeah.
weekend, said something towards the end about and I was kind of, my attention was being pulled at that moment. But she said something about things would change after those 2 days.
Hmm.
And as far as our meditation practice, as far as our, shall I say, Buddhist practice, Buddhish, I'm Buddhish. And that's been true. I forgot to come on Tuesday morning.
Mhm.
And when have I missed? I haven't.
That's
But I
true.
forgot. I just forgot until later that day. I've been tired, and I'm tired tonight. I have been forcing daily practice,
Mhm.
doing it anyway, but not with the same enthusiasm that I had before. It's just a change.
Mhm.
It's as I say it, it sounds like I'm saying something bad, and I'm really not feeling it as bad. It's just a change. Christmas is a very bad time of year for me because giving has been for years and years and years so difficult. It's never enough. It's never
Oh.
good enough, never right. I have hoped for years that my last minute would come a little earlier. And this year it did come a little earlier, but it's still a little late. So
Your
I figured-
last minute would come earlier?
yeah, that's what I wanted, my last minute to come earlier.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But still, so now I have to wait for the last minute ordering to arrive. Anyway, it's just it's a dark and stormy night in Eugene as
Yeah.
well. But there's still the continuity, the thread, even though the thread gets kind of back to knitting analogies. The
Yes.
thread sometimes gets very thin.
Yeah. Afraid.
I'm afraid so. Sorry.
Oh, boo.
Bad.
Thanks,
Oh.
Abigail.
Right, but I'm glad I'm really, really, really grateful for this. Truly.
And you know, a few months ago, I forgot to come on a Friday night. So, you know, it's we all forget once in a while. Fortunately, I think Greg was on or somebody called me, said, get to work.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had forgotten that.
Yeah. So there you go. Just trying to set a good example for everybody.
Right. Lowering the bar.
That's right. Jimmy, you've got your hand up in the electronic way.
Yeah, yeah, this is Jimmy in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. Up late.
Kind of the epicenter of the political storm right now.
Oh yeah, for real.
I was pretty involved with the Democratic Party for the presidential election, and we're doing what we can right now. And yeah, I've got a lot of things going on. Yeah, I was there for the last weekend, the retreat you did, and it kind of kickstarted dealing with some resentments, and
Great.
Which was good because
Okay.
my father, well, it's twofold. I had resentments towards him, plus he's a Trumper, and
Ooh.
so I got a double whammy right there. But So I've been doing some work on, doing the loving kindness for a difficult person, and kind of made a breakthrough. He went into the hospital a couple days ago, and it kind of helped me just picturing him in the hospital bed. We can't go in there because of COVID and all that.
Yeah.
And it helped me I actually got him past the neutral point. So it was really good. And then I just found out today that when he comes back, they're going to have a palliative nurse come out to his house. And so he's, not quite sure how much longer he has. So
Yeah.
it's really tough. A while back, it's like, it's just, boy, it's tough enough having issues with your father, but him being a Trumper, it's even twofold. And it's just,
Yeah.
but I was able to make some progress with that. I'm not ready to put Trump in there yet. That miite be down the road. Maybe after he gets out of the White House, maybe I can.
I think you have to be enlightened to do that. I think fully enlightened, probably.
Okay.
counts.
Well, I don't feel so bad now.
No, don't.
But anyway, so yeah, lots going on. We could definitely use everybody's help. Maybe people can call in and volunteer and help bring people out.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Thanks.
Vote Save America, I know, is one way to get in there, get on track to help out.
Yeah, and I'll be going to I helped cure ballots last time, and
Okay.
I'll probably do a little of that, and then also I'll be a poll watcher as well.
Uh-huh.
So anyways,
I appreciate you doing that work, man.
thanks.
Yeah.
Thank
Do I detect a general sense of gloom tonight? Have I invited the wrong night to have her? I think, I think Jim kind of nailed it in a way. It's like the sun goes away, the darkest time of year. My mother's birthday, she's long gone, but it's December 21st. It was always sort of striking, and it was like on the solstice. But I think it is, this with the pandemic and and everything else. It's hard, and it is a hard time. I guess that's sort of what I was instinctively, my sort of thought we could use a night of letting people share. And I like it when people feel like they can talk about what's difficult for them. Sherry, are you waving?
Yeah,
Go
my
for
name
it.
is Sherry. I'm in Duluth, Minnesota. I think that the 21st, isn't that the day where we start gaining?
That's
How-
right. That's
Yeah.
right. All starts getting more light
The
coming back.
21st is the day to celebrate.
Okay, good.
It's because on the 20th, it's the darkest day of the
Right.
month.
Yeah, essentially,
23rd,
right.
we get another minute, and then we get another 2 minutes and 3 minutes, and
Yeah.
we're going up then for
Yeah.
some. Yeah. But I've been feeling, well, this time of year, it's just the loneliness and the yeah, it's just lonely, and it's just kind of sad. But I have to admit, because of the virus, the coronavirus, I live alone, and I have a little health condition that I don't want to get this, so I've been staying
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
And one of the consequences of that is I get to come to San Francisco 2 times a week.
Yeah.
And I get to go to way more AA meetings than I normally do because of Zoom. And because I'm home, I don't have to get in my car. I've been to lots of places in Uganda, I think, or in Ghana.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have to admit that that my spiritual condition has improved. I mean, I really feel like I'm settling into the person that I am more than I ever have
Huh.
because of all this connection and this
Yeah.
work that and being me with me. So I do see a positive side to this. Yeah, I'll pass.
Beautiful. And I think that isn't that like some key element of our, I don't know if it's part of recovery or what it's part, but it's like, I think it's of it as emotional and spiritual maturity that we, not that we look through rose-colored glasses, but that we do try to find what's good. Uh, and Jim pointed out the appreciation for Zoom, which I've talked about, and yeah, we're getting to connect in ways, getting to see people that I normally would see once a year. Vicky, I would see you once a year in North Carolina, and so yeah, it's not great. I will say, I'll just toss in a few words now on my own behalf, my own story, that I'm sort of upside down from everybody because my daughter came home and I hadn't seen her since June, and you know it. I'm used to seeing her, and to have her away for so long was hard. I mean, it was okay. I mean, but for her to come home and then like she's been technically quarantining, but we've been seeing her, with masks, but then she just got her negative test results today, so she's back in the house, and it's super sweet because it's like the three of us are a family, and the way my wife and I are great partners, but it's really different when there's a kid there with you, and there's a lot more turmoil, and she acts like a 8-year-old, about one quarter of the time, but it's been really nice for me, so I'm kind of happy. I don't like to admit it. It's not my brand, but I'm feeling good. I wonder if I could get Ann Sasham to share. It's nice to see you on there, and as an old Spirit Rock regular, I'd like to hear how you're doing. For some reason, we're not hearing you, even though you're not muted. Oh yeah. Maybe in your Zoom preferences or something. There you go. I can hear that.
Which is funny.
Maybe you weren't expecting me to call on you.
All right. Well, hello to the folks that I recognize, and nice to meet some new faces too. Yeah, I'm nice. I'm doing okay. I'm tired. My experience in the pandemic has just been that's a tremendous amount of work. I had 2 small kids at home, and my husband works in South San Francisco. We live up in San Rafael, and so my job is to make the household run, and that's pretty much what I do. And homeschool and facilitate all that stuff. So it's good. I'm pretty tired. I'm tired most nights by 7 o'clock. I'm exhausted and falling asleep usually on the couch. I'm not really that young to have 2 kids in elementary school, so chasing around after them really wipes me out physically. And so I found, I've kind of dropped away a little bit from a lot of the Buddhist groups and program groups that I was really with before the pandemic, because really the practice and the task in front of me has just been family. And it's incredibly sweet to get to have this time with my girls. It's been perspective changing about just slowing down and really kind of less is more in a lot of ways for us. And that's been beautiful, really, to kind of see our connectedness, right? And come back to that and land with that. Although just, maybe for me on my own, it has been hard to not have as much practice activity. My house is also really small,
Yeah.
like a lot of California houses. And so even Zooms are sort of hard for me to do sometimes. So I really I was just thinking the other day how much I would love to go on a retreat, like in-person retreat. Like
Yeah.
I just long for it in my spirit. So there's part of that with this too, is I'm tired, but I'm hanging in there and, taking care of the kids and one foot in front of the other, and, trying to be open each day about, reflecting a lot on letting things present themselves to me, as instead of me deciding what they are before I encounter them, right? A lot of days I wake up, and if I look at the news first thing, I kind of decide it's a crummy day. And so I'm trying to like let the day be what it is, instead of me sort of deciding it's going to be something. And when I do that, I find there's all these moments that, like, that sort of sparkly thing that happens when we've been meditating a lot, like that, even though I'm not sitting very much right now, that sort of thing is still there. And it'll happen. Like, I was just walking with my daughter today, and she has like light hair, really light yellow hair, and the sun was hitting it, and it was just like, right, just amazing to be on this walk with this child. What a privilege is that. So trying to be open to that instead of in my head about the new restrictions and right. So, it's good to be here tonight, and thanks for calling on me. I probably wouldn't have shared otherwise.
Yeah, I figured. It's good to see you. And I know, the experience, everybody's having, there are distinctly different experiences people are having. And, people with little kids, it's like so different. I have nephew and niece who have kids, and small kids, like a few of them actually, nephews and nieces and things. And boy, it's just like, yeah, you're just working like all the time. There's no like downtime because for you, like going out to a meeting is like the only way you get time for yourself. At home, there's no such thing as time for yourself. So I know that's really changes, but I appreciate you just sort of, again, sort of shining the light on the beautiful part of it, that's there. And, there, I don't think anybody's going to miss the pandemic when it's over, but there's going to be certain things. It's like, wow, Gil Fronsdale's not doing his thing every morning, or whatever. I'm going to try to keep something going. I don't know what I'm going to keep doing, but yeah, we got to make what we can of it, and practice is what we make into practice. Practice isn't something in particular. I love your comment too about deciding what kind of a day it's going to be. I think we can all relate to that. It's like, oh, it's going to be a bad day. It's like, how we can like do that, like based on one thing, as if things weren't constantly changing, right? And as if, something completely different couldn't happen. So maybe one more person wants to share. Karen, are you trying to unmute yourself? I guess you're still muted. If you are, I see you poking around. Okay. Anyone?
Oh, it's Angela. I'll say a few words.
Yeah, you go ahead, girl.
Hi, everyone. I'm Angela in Sonoma County, California. And yeah, thank you, everyone. It's been nice to hear everybody and feel connected. This is definitely a home group for me, feeling. So it's nice to get to connect a little bit. And yeah, I don't know, just just a lot going on, but like at the same time, yeah, I've resonated a lot with what some people have shared, and it's, I just have myself mostly to worry about. I'm living back at home, my mom right now and stepdad, and so doing my part to help as much as I can, and yeah, but just a lot of heaviness the last few weeks. But these meetings help so much, and I'm just so grateful. I was also reflecting on the connections that I've made, in this class, and doing some other kind of groups outside of it as a result of, coming to this class and what you're doing, Kevin. So I'm just really grateful, and I feel grateful to get to help, and that always, helps me feel a part of when I can help. But yeah, I just I'm kind of in a tricky position right now. My brother's getting married. He's having a ceremony, and so it's just like a lot of like and it's in Texas, and so it's like just a lot of swinging emotions, back and forth. And I mean, having Oren J. Sofer be a guest teacher, and then just thinking like the weekend, Meta, and just thinking about right listening, and just a lot of helpful stuff, and community and people supporting and listening and talking to my sponsor. And so I'm so supported, and definitely feel, like I'm the most steeped in recovery that I ever have been, and Dharma that I ever have been. And this has really just been such a gift. So yeah, mostly just gratitude, and thank you everyone for showing up. It's nice to get to come here every Friday night and Tuesday morning, and I'm really grateful I get to. And stay safe and healthy. My sister and dad have now contracted the virus, luckily, like a very mild case, but just, yeah, take care, everyone. And glad I'll get to be here again on Tuesday with you all. So
Thank you. Thanks, Angela. And thank you for all your support of this group and the recording and everything. It's really a gift to have someone backing me up. It really makes a difference. I'm wondering, Debbie, if you wanted to share what your event was that you're doing, that you are having Greg do the Qigong. In fact, if you want to put something in the chat, or just tell people when and what time, where it's going to be, how they can get involved.
Yes, thank you so much, Kevin. Absolutely. Yeah, and before I say it, I just want to share my gratitude as well to your offerings of Dharma and recovery. It's been just incredibly empowering during these times, and I can be here because of it. So yes, in January 16, Greg Pergament and I are going to be offering a half-day retreat on wise intention for 2021. Kind of looking at, everything we've been through in this 2020, our reflections back, and then kind of, pushing the reset button and touching back into our heart space to inquire, what is the intention that would serve each of us as individuals and others' well-being. And anyone is invited to join. I have a flyer. I don't have it in access to tonight right now at this moment, but I could put my email address in the chat if that's okay.
Sure.
Kevin.
Yeah, of course.
And if people are interested, you're welcome to reach out to me and I can share more information about it. It's going to be from 9 to 12, January 16. Mindfulness, meditation, and movement. And Greg will be offering the Qigong movement. And I've asked him if he would also offer a talk and a little meditation. So we're going to kind of share everything half and half.
Nice.
So
Beautiful.
thank you for the opportunity. And I'll put my email address here, and then maybe next class I'll be more prepared and have a little flyer so people can get a visual.
Yeah,
That good?
that'd be great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, gives us time. So as the light is about to come back, and this time of year, all these seasonal holy days are really about that, right? We all sort of know that now, that Christmas and Hanukkah, others are we're all responses to this ancient ritual and of trying to get the light to come back. Please, we need to create artificial light, start a fire, because the sun seems to be going away. So we now know that unless something very radical happens, that it will for sure come back, and we will be okay. But the rituals still continue because we still feel it in our bodies, I think, that loss of light. And so we all have to really take care of ourselves, take care of each other. It is a great time of year to be doing inner work, inner reflection, to do more meditation, to kind of hang out in the cave, hibernate a little bit. So since we have pretty much no choice, that's perfect. So I really hope everyone, first of all, just like don't drink or use no matter what. It's a really tough time of year. Sometimes we get triggered. Keep that number one, and from there, just take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and hopefully a few more months there will actually be live events, maybe by the summer is my hope. So thanks everybody. Thanks so much for sharing. And Tuesday, step 6, be there. Bye.